Russian society, they don't care about the atrocities their army is doing. They don't care about atrocities that Putin is committing, but they care if their leader is weak. And if they will see this weakness and military failures, they already see this weakness, I think this regime would collapse.
Collapse in the sense that Putin could be thrown down.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know.
Well, Moscow then has confirmed plans to formally annex 4 areas of Ukraine after those so-called referendums on joining Russia. Most nations have described those referendums as a sham, and they insist that they will reject the results. But Putin will hold a signing ceremony tomorrow. We can talk now to the Ukrainian MP Oleksiy Goncharenko, who is here with me in the studio. Welcome to you, Oleksiy.
Hello.
Does this annexation to be signed off tomorrow, does it change anything?
No, it doesn't change anything. This is Ukrainian territories, and we will liberate our lands and we will liberate our people, which is the most important, because Ukrainian people on occupied territories are under genocide. And it's not a political expression, but absolutely juridical one. According to United Nations Convention on Prevention of Genocide, there are 5 criteria, and even if one is met, it's already genocide. Unfortunately, on occupied territories, which Putin will tomorrow annexate, all 5 are met, all 5, so we have everything. They destroy cultural heritage, forcefully deport people, especially children. They publicly do not agree that Ukrainians exist as a group. They're saying that these are Russians, just bad Russians, sexual crimes and mass murders. Everything is on the table. So we can't leave people in such situation, and we will liberate our territories. And in this sense, it doesn't change anything.
Yes, I mean, how do you anticipate Vladimir Putin will use these sham referenda as part of his campaign, his military campaign in Ukraine, and his argument to the world? It is the case, isn't it, that under Russian law, if a territory is part of Russia, it's possible to conscript forces into those areas, which suggests that the military effort in those areas could now intensify, at least to the extent of having more military personnel involved.
First of all, speaking about Russia and saying the word law, it's something which together do not work. So we should say that even before, the whole idea of this empire is to take territory, then to take people, men from this territory, to use them as a fodder meat, to go ahead, to attack next territories, to take them and to take people, and again and again. We saw it in 2000, they suppressed Chechnya, and unborn Chechen boys in 2000 now are fighting in Ukraine. Then they took parts of Georgia, South Ossetia and Abkhazia in 2008. Now they use these people against Ukraine. In 2014, they took Crimea and part of Donbas. And they already took people from there and from Crimea, Crimean Tatars, first of all. So, and now that was their idea why he attacked Ukraine. He wanted millions of Ukrainian men to take them to attack Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Poland, Georgia, Moldova, and other countries. So nothing, absolutely nothing new. And I think that Putin is quite desperate. This is a gesture of desperation because he has a lot of military failures and even catastrophe recently near Kharkiv. And he wants to cover this military catastrophe with a kind of political success, saying that, you see, we have new lands and so on. But I think that after he announced mobilization in Russia, Russian people, even they're not interested in it. They're much more interested in the fact that their children will not go and die.
It is a miserable prospect for Ukrainians in these territories, facing the possibility of being pressed, conscripted into battle. And of course, they will have Russian officers and soldiers watching them. Any attempt to cross the lines, any attempt not to engage in the fighting, they face being shot on the battlefield.
That's true, absolutely.
And there is a further danger, isn't there, which you will have contemplated, because it's part of Russian orthodox military strategic thinking, that nuclear weapons of mass destruction, can be used in defense of Russian territory.
They're saying this. He tries to blackmail the world with this. And that shows only one thing, that Russia should be denuclearized in future, because they do not deserve anymore the right to have nuclear weapons. And what I want to tell you, today we have a unique window of opportunity. Before these newly subscribed people in Russia and the occupied territories will arrive to the front line, we have near 2 months. And if during these 2 months we will defeat Russia once or twice more, like it was near Kharkiv, that can finish everything. Putin's regime is cracking, and he could not survive, I think, 1-2 more defeats. How to receive them? We just need more weaponry. And finally, we need long-range missiles. We need armor, because for the moment Ukraine has not received any one Western tank for all this time. And if we would receive this, we would finish everything before the winter. It's possible. Like, let's make lessons, because in March, if Ukraine would have weaponry that we have today, we would finish everything there.
When you say complete victory over Russia, Oleksiy, what do you mean by that? Because it seems inconceivable that Vladimir Putin would concede defeat. That's not going to happen. That would be catastrophic for his position at the top of the Russian pyramid, apart from anything else.
First, for Ukraine, victory is liberating our territories. Everything is clear. But the main thing that Russian society, they don't care about the atrocities their army is doing. They don't care about atrocities that Putin is committing. But they care if their leader is weak. And if they will see this weakness and military failures, they already see this weakness, I think this regime would collapse.
Collapse in the sense that Putin could be thrown down.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. It will be a coup, or it will be some kind of unrest.
The danger
I don't know.
there, Oleksiy, is of course that no one can know what would succeed Vladimir Putin. It could be someone worse, to put it simply.
It could be, but I think after that would happen, Russia will go into years of unrest inside of Russia, and they will be busy with themselves. And that will be the moment not only to take you back Ukrainian, Georgian, and Moldovan territories, but that will be the moment also to denuclearize Russia, to take off the table this threat for future.
All right. Oleksiy Goncharenko, Ukrainian MP, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Here in the studio.